Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of KLM University. I'm your host, Harlem, and today I got some friends in the building with me, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves a little bit. So, who we got in the building? Ladies first.
Yes, I am Allison, aka Allie Allure, aka Erotic Whisper.
Hey.
You're joining my friend right here.
There you go. Come on,
KLM
let's do it.
Studios.
Come on, let's do it.
Thank you for having me.
Who else we got in the building? We got my brother. Y'all know him already, but he gonna introduce himself again. Go ahead.
Make sure you check out Hemp Entertainment's Conversation Loves Dialogue. Got some new interviews on, especially from Flight to Fame with Ray Daniels. Shout out to Ray Daniels, a great program with a whole lot of great artists, man. I got some great interviews and got to listen to some great music. So make sure you check in, man. It's a great time.
For real. Allie, tell me a little bit about yourself. What you got going on?
Yes, so I'm an erotic poet. So I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I moved down here to Atlanta. So I do throw monthly erotic poetry night shows. I curated my first one on Valentine's Day, and it was a sellout.
Hey,
So I am, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm bigger than the program a little bit.
Especially if you're not from Atlanta. You know how
Exactly.
hard that is to sell out a show in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
So, yo, congratulations on that shit.
And it was the same
fuck with
night
that.
as Cat Williams being here.
Oh,
so
my
to
goodness,
share
yeah.
that sellout was like amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm also an esthetician, a licensed esthetician. So I'm in school right now for aesthetics instructor. So I'll be graduating in a couple of months, so that way I can actually have that license from Georgia to let me know that I can teach these
Congratulations,
people.
yes, do
So,
your
yeah,
thing.
so-
See, I love black excellence in the building. Like, I
Yes.
love black success. So, congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, so I just called my friends in the building. I want to chop it up with them. I have some stuff I want to talk about, but I also want to get y'all guys to, share some of your topics that might be on your mind, and we could chop it up about that too. But
Okay.
to start it off, we got to talk about what y'all think about this 50 Cent and T.I. beef. Come on, man. Tell me
It
about
got out
it.
of hand, man. Got out of hand. Go ahead, man.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm a person that understands that we live in a contradictory hypocrisy. So two things can be true at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And navigating through life knowing that is hard when you straddling the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I like both of them. I love the business mindset of both the men, right? I love black men. 50 Cent
Okay.
on the business aspect. When it comes to business, you ain't got no friends. Like, it's literally whatever's on that dotted line, and this is my content. But in the same breath, when
See,
it comes to a businessman on the tip end, you protecting your family and you standing for something. You're not falling for nothing,
See,
right?
but we gotta remember how 50 started his whole career. This is how he started his
We
career.
do.
So he came in with talking the shit about everybody.
Everybody. That's why
And
the nigga
then
got
he went hard at Ja Rule, pretty much shut a man's career down. And now we complaining about how he's doing it right now. Now I
because
get it.
Tips is everybody's
Now-
favorite.
Exactly. So now that's what we want to talk about. I want to understand, is it because he's going at Tip, or is it because, you know what I mean?
It's because I do feel like it's because he going that tip. You gotta think about it. He did the same thing with Diddy, right? Diddy was already on the fence or whatever what he had going on, and a lot of people keep throwing the fact that 50 Cent was abusing women and things of that nature. Two things can be true at the same time. Not say that I promote that or I even agree with that, because I don't, because I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But at the same time, we are Americans, and I feel like we forget that at the end of the day, right? Whatever that may mean to anybody, black people, Americans, we live on the land of greed, money, selfishness, ego, pride, all of that. You talk
I
about
agree.
two dominant black men who
Yeah.
stand for two separate causes, but the same at the same time.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So 50 got to feed his family, just like T.I. got to feed his family. But when it comes to America's favorite, in the hindsight of everybody being called out on their bullshit, which is 50 Cent at this point, calling everybody out on their bullshit, this man just literally signed a deal with Tyler Perry. This man got a whole quote-unquote Tyler Perry studios in Louisiana.
Yeah.
So he putting on for people, but he
Yeah.
exposing the people who hiding what the fuck they doing, you know what I'm saying, and exposing that shit while they trying to still hide what they doing to make it seem like no, but he beats women, but he doesn't fuck with his family. He doesn't fuck. I don't fuck with my family either. Shit.
So let me ask you this: before him,
Yeah.
before I get to him, because I know him got some shit to say.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know. I love this.
but I want to ask you this question: I'm a conspiracy theorist,
Me too.
right? So I feel it could be kind of planned, right?
Could be.
The reason why I say that is because I look at, all right, he violated, right? He put a picture up, but the caption wasn't nothing crazy,
It wasn't.
right? It just said, keep my name out your mouth, right? Like, just keep my name. He put a picture up there. Now, T.I.'s coming out with a new song. He coming out with a new album. I don't know. Now, the tricky part is when King and Damani got involved, and that's when I'm like, it starts making you scratch your head like, yo, is this shit for fake or is it real?
I be feeling like, honestly, I look at T.I. as like the modern day Joe Jackson without the beatings, right? He has a very talented family from all of the boys and both of the girls. Now, the other children who don't really come out, you know what I'm saying, the Major and
Oh yeah.
I forgot the other older daughter, not the one underneath Zanique. But anyway, all the other ones are musically inclined, right? And as a father, as a mother, as a parent, regardless of mother or father, you're gonna put on for your children. You're gonna let them do that. But because this is a musically inclined family, and the daddy is going against another man who is musically inclined, but now he switched his careers to go through film and, you know, movies and things of that nature. I also feel like it just gives us a dynamic of two powerful people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not on either side.
I feel like it woke up hip hop.
It woke the
That's what I'm
listen,
saying. I think it did
it's
exactly what it was
substance now.
supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Like, and I think it was intentional.
And
right?
it's passing the torch to the kids.
There you go. And it's letting everybody eat off and wake everybody up because
Everybody
hip hop
eating.
was dying before all
It was
of
just
this
nothing
shit.
but
And
selling souls at
the
this
only
point.
thing I don't want to happen is make it
Niggas
a
killing.
northern versus southern beef.
thing.
You know what I mean? Because that's not what it is. It's like
It's not.
It's not. It's I think it's strategic. You know what I mean?
I do.
And I feel like I think both parties woke up to hip hop. They gave people something to talk about, and now we talking.
And
But
they older at that.
they are, and that's what we wanted. We wanted something original,
Some
some
substance.
familiarity that we used to. And then T.I. coming out with this hard ass song. It's like it was all part of the plan. We know 50 Cent's a
They
bully.
businessman,
He's a bully
man.
though, and he been bullying. We know when he makes it a scene, it's
for something.
There you go, and it's gonna be a lot of stuff behind it. So I think it all added. I just really hope it's for
A greater cause.
I really hope it's planned. I hope it's not.
And I do
Real,
believe that
because that's not
it
good.
is.
You know
Because
what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like T.I. got a little, you know, not a little, but a lot of support obviously in the southern areas. 50 Cent do got a lot of support in the northern areas. But then for you to create a full-on Tyler
He has a lot
Perry
of enemies,
Studios
too,
in the
though.
goddamn southern field.
Yeah.
But you got to think
but-
about it. People that are successful are gonna have those enemies
Nah, but 50 has a lot of enemies in the industry.
because he pulling niggas whole cards.
Yeah. Nah.
He pulling niggas whole cards.
Sometimes he's a bully.
So what you think the government doing? They eating babies
But let me
and
tell
selling
you
them
something.
as meat. Like,
all right, but they not. Let me tell you
that's
something.
bullying. That's outside of that.
One thing I don't like is when you do it to us. Like when we doing it to ourselves. Like you know what I mean? That's like
Nah, I
gun
agree with you on
violence to
that.
me. It's like yo, you
I
don't do
agree
it
with
to
you
your
on that.
own people. You go against the people. If you know what I mean, that's
but
opposite.
what
But you don't
if
do it
you
to your own
already
people.
know that as a collective, we're not going to have your back to get the bigger people? So if I get rid of all of the silly niggas that's literally doing the monkey for the hunky, if I get rid of you motherfuckers, now I'm left with the dragon. You ever played Mortal Kombat and you gotta
Yeah,
fight through
but-
the things?
So let me tell you,
get to these people before you get to the final round.
I would say that like if you include Diddy, a Jay-Z, but not a T.I. T.I. is not one of them niggas.
You
know
sure?
what I mean?
We don't know.
I don't think he one of them niggas, bro.
We can think a lot of shit. We didn't think 50 Cent had the balls to do this shit. This nigga went after Diddy. This nigga
But that's
went
my
after
thing. Like he goes
Tina
after his own
Knowles.
people. So to me,
But them own people are going after us as well too. Did he not fuck our community up? Regardless of him being a billionaire, regardless of him having bad boys, regardless of him doing 112,
I'm not-
Bad Boys, Mary J. Blige, Silk, all of these niggas. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, right? We grew up on these people.
yeah, I don't take up for Diddy though.
I ain't saying that you have to. But
That
what
one is-
what I'm saying is
that
these are the
one is
people
not-
that he's going against.
I get you, but Diddy.
How much of Ja Rule's success benefited us?
But it's not about it benefiting us sometimes. Sometimes this person worked hard. It's like saying your business. It's not benefiting me.
It's not.
So
but am
should
I
I-
fucking up other people in my business though?
But you don't
Am I
know.
coercing everybody
You
else?
don't know. It could be a sex addict out here that he come across your shit, and now you just triggered some of his shit, and then now you going out there trying to look for some it could be anything. We don't know which triggers anybody, right? So
You're right.
That's my thing. So we can't judge anybody for what they're doing. My thing is you can't attack your own people. You can't attack your own people while
So
you're doing
who
what you're
takes
doing.
accountability for us fucking us up already? Again, we grew up with
We
this
fuck
music,
ourselves
right?
up at some point. Sometimes we gotta take accountability for ourselves.
We always have to take.
I feel like we
accountability for
always trying to
ourselves.
find someone to blame for the shit that we going through when we all could really do something together sometimes, or we could just do our own thing, like really stand firm and go hard and do your own thing. So it's like it depends on what mindset you have.
That's
Right? I
true.
don't come from a mindset where I feel like you owe me something. You could outdo me, such and such. Nah, we supposed to come together. I have a come together mindset, so I don't think nobody owe me shit.
And that's true. I don't either.
You feel me?
But do
So-
you also think with this 50 and T.I. thing, and I know we got to move to you, right?
We gonna get
With the 50 and the T.I. thing, do you not think it's one of those things where, okay, wait, two-part question. First one, at some point when you start fucking people over, right? Say you, I'm just going to use Diddy as an example. This man was not seen as a monster at one point. He was a person who helped everybody, right? A billionaire, right?
Nah, I think he was always a monster.
You think that he was always a monster.
We
But the
just
people
talk-
that was working with him did not think that he was a
Yes, they
monster
did.
until
No.
they realized that they was
Nah,
on his team.
let me tell you
Did you
something.
watch the documentary?
They tolerated Diddy.
They accepted
They
Diddy.
tolerated Diddy until
For
it
the
was time
money.
to show
For the money.
shine the light. Yeah, they tolerated his
money,
ass because
right.
they know the power that he had, the money that he had,
And the scaredness that they
influence.
had
Thank you.
in
So
them.
it's called a toleration. And then when you realize that if he had friends, then they would all be behind his back. We just
This wouldn't have
tolerated
been
this
a
nigga.
thing. This wouldn't have been a thing if Cassie didn't pull the rug. So many people was violated. And if you watch the documentary,
It wasn't
from-
Cassie. I don't really feel like it was
whoever
Cassie.
brought
Cassie
it through,
been-
Aubrey
Cassie
and
been left.
Aubrey and the chicks from not day 26.
I
but,
think he made a. I think
Danity
he
Kane.
no. I think he made somebody a higher power, more mad, and they pulled the trigger on his ass. He been doing fucked up shit for a very
people
long
been
time.
tolerating it.
Yeah, we been knew Diddy
You
was
can say no.
kind of gay and doing all this
I've been
shit.
new to shit, but you know how to say no to a nigga, don't you?
Yeah, no,
You know how to say if the cameraman was like, nah, pull that mic closer to your mouth. I want you to look a certain way while I'm doing this. And every episode you look like some fruity ass shit. No homo pause, all of that shit, right? No
yeah,
Diddy.
yeah.
It's for the sake of this example.
Nah, I feel
If he's
you.
telling you to do all of this
Now you
shit,
got me wanna
and
pull
you
the mic
and you,
back,
my
yeah,
bad,
yeah,
but
damn,
I'm being
man.
for real though. If he was like, nah, do this, that, and the third, he the Diddy of the group. I'm just using this as an example. Pull that shit closer to the mic. He's getting turned on over here, but you like, I'm gonna do what he said because he the one
Nah,
cutting
nah,
my
nah,
checks.
nah.
At some point, you have an option to say no.
See,
I don't
there-
want to do this.
Let me
shit.
tell you something. There's two different types of niggas in this world. You sit on a platform that I created. I would never do that shit. I believe in building my own shit. So it's not about me ever having to bend over for no nigga. But then there's another side of nigga that they want the
Gon' do
opportunity
it.
so bad that they want to do whatever they willing to do
And
for
that's
it.
the music
And that's
industry.
who gets exposed for it, right? So I'm willing to stand on my on my 10 toes. I build my own shit. I find my core audience if I was a musician, and I'm gonna build off of that shit. If I got 1,000 niggas, I'm gonna try to figure out how to get $10 out of their pockets,
Exactly.
$100 out of their pockets. Now I'm making money. I'm never gonna do nothing to get nowhere, but that's what
People choose the fast cash
Nah,
route.
nah, it's not even about that. It's just sometimes people prey on the weak, right? And sometimes guys or men or women are in situations where they really want to make it, and they trying to save their families. They trying to save somebody. They really want to do this, and they got people preying on them. So that's
But then at the same time, knowing that shit is unethical, the fact that you can say no, and I'm in the same position, right? I could be much further than what I am. I know that I'm a superstar, and I'm an erotic poet. I'm in the sex scene, like I'm in that shit. But the way I deliver everything is not the way that you expect for it to be delivered because you're used to say a thing, right? I pull out a different type of audience at that point. But I could be closer to a billionaire than I am right now if I literally sold my soul. Like, you know what? But the niggas like it when I'm naked talking about dick and all of this shit is in my face and I'm going crazy. Now we about to go viral because I'm making love to the fucking microphone versus me actually having class, sitting here having a conversation with men. This is not what sells.
But let me tell you something.
Until we continuously
So
do
let me
it.
tell you something. Predators could sniff who's real and who's weak, like who's strong and who's weak. So at the end of the day, it's going to be how you give off your energy, how they going to approach you.
Absolutely.
Right. So people would approach me differently based on You know what I mean? How I carry myself,
Absolutely.
right? It's gonna be the same thing with you. How you open your mouth, how you carry yourself. So
Absolutely.
that's what predators do. They prey on the weak. So these niggas that got those are the
got
weak
because you
niggas.
was weak.
Yeah, those are the weak niggas. I can't really speak for them. You know what I mean? Because I would never put myself in a situation like that.
To be
I'm willing
that
to
weak.
grind it out the mud just so I'm not ever being in a position where somebody feel like they got their power.
They can do
They could
this.
dangle anything over my head. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I do my own thing. You know what I mean? But there are people out here, like I said, they want the opportunity. I play devil's advocate sometimes where I'm thinking for the other person, not just
Yeah.
to spit in their face and just look down on them. I'm like, yo, sometimes people need opportunities, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they not thinking that me trying to do certain things is going to put me in this position and I got to jeopardize my fucking manhood, my
Yeah.
livelihood, or whatever the case may be. So they still trying to go with the flow. Not everybody thinking that is always, is always like that. So to play like I said, to play devil's advocate, sometimes the weak is just out there again, preyed on.
Prayed on.
What do you feel, him? Come on, man. Give me your feelings,
Let
bro.
me know.
We've been talking.
Man, it's a bunch to unpack.
Yes.
Well, first of all, like with son wise, I mean, it was something about their mom. So boys are protected by their mother. So that's what it's gonna be. So I understand that part. But at the same time, like we talking about, man, you poked the bear again. He told you to leave him alone, dog. Like, leave him alone. Like, you know what he do. You know what he gonna say. He don't have a filter. Like, so, like, and at the end of the day, it's all fair. But, like, I think I'm more concerned about like you said, it might be a little bit of the theatrics, but with the another documentary, I guess. So, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but whatever. But in hindsight, what I've seen over the years with 50 Cent, if you pay attention to him, a lot of times he be putting you on without putting you on. Like we was talking about the other day with Charleston White. You got to read between the lines sometimes, man. Like, we got to remember the algorithm is always going to take us, it's doing something negative always.
Always.
Can we read in between the lines? And I'll give you a prime example of this is something I heard, like Chameleonaire. He's talking about 50 Cent. Like, he said he seen 50 Cent somewhere, and then the next thing you know, he said 50 Cent had said something online about him. So you like, why would you do something like that? He like, that really hurt my feelings, blah, 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 blah. He said, and then I seen him. He was like, and I was going to go ask him about it and talk to him. He was like, nah, I ain't going over there. But he was like, he saw me and came over to me and said, hey, let me holler at you. He said he put his arm around me and said, hey, anytime I say something about you,
I like you.
it's best for you to go ahead and say something back. At that time, I
shit.
think he had 25, 50 million followers. Like, I have these many followers. I don't care if you say F you. Say something back.
Wow.
Use me.
So sometimes I don't think
your benefit.
we pay attention to it because I need you to pay attention to this because even with that, like I know we bashing them for saying something about T.I. and Tiny or whatever, but how much more recognition and how much more attention have you got to the song? Because you done flip some new songs, you done flip Joe's song, you done had a
cut
bunch of
your locks.
clips, y'all done had, sitting at the dinner table, like y'all had some good stuff going. Like, so sometimes I don't think we pay attention to it. Another prime example I'll use is when Power versus Empire.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep.
So in the beginning, and this is something that I heard, I think Rotini was the one that was talking about it. But he was saying in hindsight, like, we can't compete with Empire. We don't have the money that Fox has.
Yeah.
So like,
50
y'all
had to
just
do-
trust me.
Yeah.
Just go with it. Y'all will see what I'm talking about later. So now when he goes on, he's saying something about Empire. Oh, Power is better than Empire, blah, blah, blah. So now he's making an argument for the both. So now when Taraji P. Henson goes on, now every time she goes on, now they got to ask her.
Yep.
So
It's
he
just
already
bringing more
realized-
attention to the. Yeah.
You're helping me promote my own stuff,
shit,
but at
yeah.
the same
Free
time,
promo.
I'm
Free
helping you promote yours. So
Free
now
promo.
it's one of those things, versus. But we're not paying attention to the signs. Like, so same thing like I told you with Charleston White. I know he gets a little bit radical, but if you pay attention to what he's saying in the beginning, you got to read in between the lines because you know just as well as I know, he
Yeah.
get radical,
Yep.
but he tell you some stuff.
Yep.
Are you listening to the stuff
Yep.
before it gets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's up to you, the viewer, like we was talking about. You have to look through some of the stuff that's got
And we've seen
going
this
on.
before. We seen this with Kanye. Like you remember? Like I'm
That's
like, yo,
a
this is like
perfect
a
example.
Like he did this back in Kanye when he was talking mad shit and they was going back and forth to see who could sell more records. Like it did good for both of them.
Every
Correct.
party.
Hookah. I'm over here. I bought both albums. I'm like, yo, let me see both of them. Like it makes sense.
Kendrick and
go.
Drake.
Yeah, it makes you go. It makes you go. Like it sells records.
Let's see.
And that's a different way to really promote it. And I'm like, yo, Ti, it's got to be a coincidence. He could have been went for Ti, bro, but now Ti came out with this new album.
You
Like
don't
it
think
only
that-
makes sense.
And you know what? It's funny that you even said that, and I'm gonna touch on a couple points based off of what you said. I was literally just having this conversation with my co-host on my podcast, right? And I was like, she doesn't be in all of the rooms that I be in, right? She be in different rooms than I be in. I've seen it where I've been around celebrities and they'll literally congregate and be like, whether they enemies online, but they friends behind the scenes.
It's a
Let's
small
stir this
world.
shit up
Yeah,
real
it's
quick
a small world.
and get Shade Room bumping.
Ryan-
Let's get
Ryan
Hollywood
Reynolds is-
Unlocked bumping.
What was it? Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes was a
Yeah.
prime example.
I'm sitting in these rooms. I'm watching this shit. And I can't expose who I was around, but I'm watching this shit. So to see that unfold, this is a game. We can't sit here and scream chess versus checkers or checks versus over checkers and shit like that. Because I've never played chess a day in my life, right? or I've attempted to, but didn't understand how to move, how you can move left and right, this, that, and third. I played checkers though, for sure. But I live life and I've had so many mistakes and so many lessons that I've actually learned. And because I understand who I am as a person, I know how to play the game of life, right?
Strategically.
So the fact that it's two people here who are enemies online on purpose, sitting together to see how we can both monetize ourselves.
So let me tell you, and exactly. So what happens next? My next question was, what do y'all think about T.I.'s diss records, right?
Yeah.
That's what follows, right? It's more music for
It's
T.I.
the creativity.
Right? More music for T.I., more bah. It's at the top, right? So now we're going to listen to his diss records off of 50 Cent. We're going to listen to the Money's diss records. We're going to listen to King's diss records.
Zonique's Lil Hair Heiress.
We listen to
Tiny,
everything.
even if she get on
and
the
50
track.
Cent is getting exactly what he was
And that
doing.
nigga is going to get a view,
He's
all the views
staying
on
relevant.
his documentary.
He's staying relevant.
Absolutely. Bitch,
That's
the
it.
nigga
Because
said,
he know
I don't
he's
rap.
not gonna go back into the music
I
game.
don't rap no more. I'm in the
Exactly.
film industry.
Thank you.
bitch.
So he know he's not gonna go.
And then you know he got the 50 Cent channel like on Roku. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm watching it the other, like
I ain't never watched it.
watch
I'm
it
gonna have to watch
regularly. And I didn't realize, I'm like,
Is it good?
he's on a lot of movies, dog.
Yeah.
You know, with the Patinos, the
I ain't gonna
He
stunt.
don't care about no
At some
music
point,
money, man.
Before
Yeah.
Netflix became what Netflix is, and this was about 10, 12 years ago, 50 Cent had his own category on Netflix. And I noticed because as I was at work, I was working in Comcast as inbound sales, right? And on my days where it was slow, I would literally watch all of the 50 Cent movies. I watched every single 50 Cent movies from when he played, act like he had cancer, he was sick, from him being a detective,
It's a
a
lot
snitch.
of movies,
It's a whole bunch of movies that this nigga is in before he got to being power and stars. And I'm an advocate for power, stars,
Yeah,
ghosts,
yeah,
all
yeah.
this
I
shit.
love
Like,
power.
shit,
That's my
lit as
shit. Nah, I
BMF
love power.
even.
I ain't
So,
gonna lie.
to go into your creativity, you know what I'm saying, and really do that shit. He don't got a pen game no more. But the songs that he had was fire too. It's not on the level of my
But think
personal
about
opinion
it.
on T.I.'s
Yo, he's
level.
still smart because listen, the
48 Laws of Power brand ambassador.
not even that. Like what's the theme songs for Power?
his shit.
Thank you. And he's went platinum on them shits.
His
I'm sure he
shit.
went platinum because it's just that's his shit. And we all know them songs.
And we know them songs.
Thank you. So we know that he's still making music. He's still doing the shit. He's just doing it a different way. and it's
Different
just
way.
yo, it's crazy. So
Strategically smart. Just a genius.
last question on this topic, right? Before I ask y'all guys to pick a topic. Do y'all think King went too far talking about his mom?
No. I don't.
It depends
I
on
don't.
if he come out with this
I
documentary.
don't.
Why
I
not?
don't. And the only reason why I say that is because I have two sons. And as much as I'm on every platform talking about me being a creator, a black mother, I told y'all earlier before we even started, I love talking to black men, but I talk shit about black men. the ones who sit here and literally say, my mama is here in my life, but every other female is down here. You're not dating your mama. You're not getting generational wealth with your mama. You're not creating life with your mama. You're creating life with other women. So I'm instilling in my kids that, yes, love your mama, but respect women in general, right? We don't ever see anybody taking up for their mother in a way creatively as he did. They could have just went and shot this nigga. They could have just went and got this nigga off the 10 shots. Fuck it, you talk about my mama, I'm about to whoop your ass, I'm about to kill you, I know I'm a kid, this is grown man business, but at the end of the day, my daddy is the king of the South. You know what I'm saying? My daddy is
So you
him,
talking
him.
about
My
his?
mama
You talking
is
about
him,
his?
him.
You talking about his
It's no fair fight.
his song, or you talking about what he
Talking
talked
about
about
his-
his?
I'm talking about
him
his
saying,
song.
Not because he talked about 50's mom.
Talk about his mama,
okay,
yeah. He had
okay.
Johns and everything, and all the kids was talking about this nigga mama.
yeah.
If anybody
Kamani
talk
did it
about,
too.
if anybody talk about my mama, I'm gonna go ham. Regardless of I'm yelling at my mama, talking shit about my mama, whatever the fuck. Only I could do
So
that.
I'm
Me and
playing.
my
I'm
siblings.
playing devil's advocate because I don't play with nobody's mama. I don't think you should be talking about nobody's parents. Period. Right? But is it a difference between somebody's dead parent and then somebody's alive parent? Because I told
Depending
you,
on
like
where you at
I seen 50's post. Right? It was a post of. It was a post of. It was a post of Tiny, but it didn't say nothing crazy.
What
in the
does that
caption.
matter? You insinuated that you talking shit about mama. We all know
Okay.
that you say my mama look like Smokey Robinson.
Okay.
We all know that you call my
Okay.
mama ugly.
Listen,
we
everybody
all know
feels
this
it,
shit.
yeah.
And we got a whole family hustle here.
I'm trying to understand different.
So
feelings,
everybody
yeah.
gotta represent. And how would I feel as a mom knowing that I have nothing but hella
Yeah.
sons, uncles, brothers, a husband, and my husband ain't fighting for me, my
Yeah.
son's not fighting for me? Fuck that. And I'm a
Yeah.
legend?
Yeah.
Nigga, I've been around way longer than 50 Cent.
I feel like 50 was wrong for that shit.
He was wrong as fuck. And
I
them
know.
kids not wrong either. However,
should've
the
shut-
only part that I feel like is wrong, because again, two things can be true at the same time. We live in a contradictory hypocrisy,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's no fair fighting.
Nah.
There's
So
no
let me
fair-
tell.
there's
Yes,
no
there is.
fair
Yes, there
fighting.
is. Because in war, you don't attack women and children.
But they're eating babies
So yeah.
and
yeah,
fucking raping
yeah.
women.
So let's.
There's no fair fight.
All right, so let's move on because I appreciate your energy. I love that. What y'all feel about the war in Iran right now? There's a lot of stuff going on. I want to hear Hemp first. Let's
fair.
hear Hemp.
All right, man. I'm gonna say it
gonna bring
like
it back
this. WAR stands for Western Asset Revenue, cause that's all we out here getting. This is about one thing and one thing only. We have to control the supply of energy, because by controlling the supply of energy, you control everything. By taking over Venezuela, you know they got a lot of oil, but it's sludge. So you take over Iran, because Iran has the chemical that
Cleans up the
Venezuela
sludge.
uses to thin out, the oil. But
Yeah.
now the United States has the refineries. So basically, this is all about one thing and one thing only: the global control of energy. Like at this point, like when are we gonna start just like listening to the movies and all of this type of stuff? Like
Uh-huh.
nothing has changed. Like it's like when I be seeing everybody like, man, I can't wait till we get one of them robots at my house. It's gonna be a maid. Y'all ain't seen Terminator yet?
Yeah, them shit's
ain't
gonna
seen
take you
iRobot?
over. They
The
gonna.
fuck?
they
Y'all
gonna-
ain't never
they gonna
seen
lock you in
AI
the
robot.
door.
Y'all ain't
Lock you in the house.
iRobot.
Stand
Like
right in
where
front of
y'all
that door.
Heavy
been?
on that shit.
So like
Shit
and that's
malfunctions.
that's basically what it's about. And then what people fail to realize, and this is for entertainment purposes only. I need to make sure I throw it out there. All these dudes is caught up in this scandal. We need war. You got to take that off. You got to take that attention off.
Yep, off the other shit, the F
Yeah,
shit.
you got to like, and then I don't know if you paying attention, but sometimes Netanyahu is our president. I mean, whatever they say, like we basically got to do, and like from my understanding, again, entertainment purposes only. Epstein is Mossad. So, these guys coming over here, America, blah, 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 I ain't bringing you over here just to be friends.
Bitch, you here for a purpose.
So, it's not a mistake that all of them going through, all of them going through these Senate hearings, and then we got all these extracurricular activities. So, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what it's about. But, it's basically, we got to tokenize this money because BlackRock, Vanguard, and all those guys are getting into it. So, token is what you call it,
Coin, crypto.
Bitcoin, crypto, Bitcoin, all of that stuff. It's coming. We just had to figure out what we supposed to be doing with it. A lot of us don't understand it. So that's where we're at.
What about you, Allie? What you feel? Come on, give me your thoughts.
I'm again always feeling like it's a two things can be true at the same time type of situation. But I also feel like it's a lot of bitch assness going on. And I'm being for real.
Everything's bitch ass with you.
It is.
No solid shit.
It is.
World,
There's no solid shit. And I'm only saying that because I feel like a lot of emotions are involved with everything that we're doing. We have the most emotional president right now.
I think it's greed.
Absolutely, and that comes with emotion.
You think so?
Because it is an emotion. It's an adjective. You being greedy is an adjective.
Okay.
It's something that you actually instill within you, right?
Hey.
There's no morality when it comes to what we stand for as an American citizen. We might have the best military. We might have the most diverse group of people, right? Because every other continent or every other country in the world is derived to something specific. Middle Eastern and African and South American and Caribbean and Asian and European. But when you get America, you got a mix of every motherfucking body on here. This is the melting pot in which that is. And every time every 4 years every 4 years we get a new president, it's a new personality that's here leading us that may not agree with what the previous person was doing, but we still cleaning up what the previous person did. Just like if you get fired at a job and now you got to be the manager and you notice that the person that was here before managing wasn't making no motherfucking money. Now I got to do more in order for us to get money. But back to what you were saying as far as war is concerned. Venezuela having sluggish as oil. Iran having the top oil. We've been beefing with them niggas for years. You know what I'm saying?
But that's only because we don't give in to most countries. If they don't let us help them, that's how it is. That's how Ghana becomes.
So do y'all? Let me ask you the question.
Absolutely.
Do y'all feel like it was the right move?
At some point, the shit was gonna have to happen.
There won't no threat. The thing about it is, and we can say whatever we want. We've been listening, and I understand it. This man they've been trying to kill this Iran for I don't know how long.
The same way
you killed the Supreme.
He's been
he 85 years old, man.
Yeah.
He ain't beating us.
He not.
There was no threat.
I know
we know
it was easy. That's why I was done.
We know there's no threat, but at the same time, it's just like when they did with Iraq. You lost the stability in the region because we did it, to Saddam Hussein. But when he got put out of power, everything went haywire.
Everything failed.
Because you didn't have anything. People were scared of him enough to stay in order. Yeah. And it's not like you couldn't control that situation either. You guys know how this work. CIA can get anywhere and do anything. They got the most money out of any organization. It is what it is. But the same thing with Libya when they with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was doing a whole lot more than they say he was doing. He was this dictator. No, he won't. People were going to school for free. When you went to other countries, he gave you money to go to other countries to study abroad, all those type of things. They don't never talk about it. They just say he was this dictator. But it's because, just like what Africa's doing now, they decided they were going to solidify. Hey, we're going to trade with each other. We have all these things.
It's always been a supply and demand situation. And I was just having this conversation with somebody else. At one point, we had Mansa Musa being the richest person in the world, right? Black man at this point, or Egyptian at this point. Even before we start talking about Jesus, and I'm saying this to say because when I was in college, I had 4 different classes that were around the same time but the time frame in which we was taught about how this shit was working didn't add up, right? So when I learned about Mansa Musa being the richest person in the world, and you got to think back in the Egyptian time, this was before 1600 BC,
Yes.
meaning before Christ, before we even got to talk about Jesus. What happened before Jesus got here, right? Him being the richest person, obviously you got oil, you got gold, you got people creating pyramids, you got all of this, the alchemy. That this is where the alchemists, the book itself even derived from talking about people that was over there in that situation. So now we speed it up to 2026, and everything that's already been implemented before we even talk about policies and procedures and systems, the system was already in place. You think the richest man in the world, Mansa Musa, didn't know that it was other parts of the world?
Yeah.
But we just discovered America when Christopher Columbus got here, when the government started forming, when we started having four founders and the Constitution and the Willie Lynch letter and slavery and all of these things that came after Jesus. Before that, it was already shit going on.
Let me tell you
it was
something.
already a fucking war.
Let me tell and honestly, we had a lot of different things before Jesus, like
Way more.
especially when the Egyptians, like I just watched this reel, right, and I don't know how true it is as far as them killing the guy that showed that stuff, but he showed how easy it was to move them big ass boulders and then put them on. It's not even technology. It's with some machines
Pulley
crafted.
type
Yeah, it was like some shit where he was just
situation,
turning it, and it's like a heavy ass
They
stone.
They built this
And he's
shit.
pushing it with one arm. Like, look how I could push this with one arm, this big ass stone. You think, and they try to perceive it as if it was like 1,000 slaves pulling one stone.
Man.
I'm like, no,
Too.
Egyptians was smart. They
Back
had so
then.
much shit. They rolling these stones over and moving them around, and then they had easy shit to lift them and put them in place. Like,
How you think they created the
Thank
goddamn
you.
pyramids? You think that they was going home tired, stressed out, like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't do this shit. We complain like a motherfucker right now. Niggas don't even be building houses for real.
so let me
Niggas
ask
was
you.
building pyramids back before. Like,
So
It's an
let me
emotional
get
thing.
you. I want to ask y'all this because I want to get back on the war, right?
Yeah.
Real quick. What do y'all think is going to be the aftermath of the war? Like, what do you think is going to be after all this shit is done?
he who laughs first laughs last.
I don't think nothing because we controlling this energy. As you can see, everybody then kind of bagged up. First of all, we done seen
Gas prices went crazy.
It
though,
is,
man.
but at the
Think it's gonna
same
get lower?
time, we still gonna have some issues with that anyway
It's gonna
because
balance itself
we still
out,
don't
bro.
have all the mechanisms in place in order for us to do this. But at the same time, it helps us out. Again, now we control everything. Russia done already played their hand. They done showed they can't beat Ukraine. Yes, they getting
Need
help, but at the same time, they shown they can't beat Ukraine like that. Yes, you got China, you got North Korea, but that's kind of a little bit even once you kind of
Wasn't
take
China trying to take over like Taiwan at one
They
point?
were, but again, things have
That's
changed.
black on black crime at this point.
This is what I'm trying to explain to
Mm-hmm.
you. With the energy thing, with them owning the energy, Venezuela is their largest customer. So now they control that. The second thing is another reason they want to go in there too is if them and China get buddy and you start letting China get bases over there, they got a land bridge to come up to the United States and invade anytime they want to.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a few things that you just had to take care of, I assume. But even with that, the government know what's going on.
The
I
government
feel you.
knows what's going on. But at the same time, even to piggyback off of that, when it comes to the war, we aren't a substantial country without other countries in the same respects of other countries not being substantial because of us. Regardless, again, we have
We the world
a
economics.
mix of
Yeah.
everybody from every continent, from every part of the world.
And we spend the most money
We
out
spend
there.
But
the
from
most-
my understanding too, Europe has their own payment system. Now I know they haven't been playing that on. Of course, they're not gonna play this on our news, but because they had their own payment system, because they found out they could write sanctions with Russia, and I think the
Ain't
United
gonna do
States
that
could
shit.
just cut it. So the Europeans was like, wait a minute, if they got the power to do that means they can do it
got
to
the
We do
us.
it too, yeah.
So you gonna see a dip. Y'all come up
You
probably the
always
next 2
gonna
or
see.
3 years with MasterCard and Visa because
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to use them everywhere because they've realized their money's going through these American systems beforehand.
Wow.
That's why you're looking at now in Africa with the Toure over there. Now they keep trying to get them over there, but you know he was the first ones to kick them out of Chevron. That's why they taking over there Venezuela because he was able to run pipes through
We gotta
Africa.
get rid of the problem.
Africa
and get
has
the
their
shit together.
own
Listen, we
their own
got.
web now. They don't do Google no more.
Nope.
They don't do what?
They don't have Google anymore.
Wow.
Google man-made as
They've
hell.
kicked us out.
That's crazy.
Google has literally only been available within the last 15 years. And I'm saying that,
But
and
it
I
was
know that
everywhere. It
for
was
sure.
worldwide at one
Because
point.
when I was in college, I graduated in 2015 from Wayne State University.
Mm-hmm.
My freshman year in 2010, there wasn't no Google. I was cheating with Ask
Yeah.
Jeeves.
Because
That's
And I don't know if y'all know what that is, but
Facebook
Google was not a fucking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook was just getting started because when I was
Instagram
in school,
definitely
Facebook was
wasn't
only
a
for
thing.
colleges. It
Yeah,
wasn't.
Absolutely.
Nah, when I was in college, you could only
Well, I
have
was,
it
in,
in
I was
your
on
own
Facebook
college.
in high school.
Yeah.
You can only be friends
But
with
only
people
in like
your own
11th
college.
grade. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
you
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 couldn't
had
be-
your kind of like how Clubhouse
Yeah, yeah,
is
you
now.
couldn't be with everybody. Then
You
they
couldn't.
opened it up a little bit later, like where you could start adding other college friends, and
Yep.
then they opened it up to the world.
Now you can add your location.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
yeah.
said all of that too. They government gave it to Zuckerberg, so because we gonna be stupid enough to share our lives.
And
so
I don't know
they
if
can
y'all
keep
ever
up with
even
us on a
seen that
regular.
movie. What was it called?
The net or something like that.
Some
I know what
shit,
you're
whatever the
talking
fuck, but about Facebook
Yeah, yeah.
on how he even came to it. And I haven't seen it
But
in
them
a
two,
while.
them two dudes that cashed out, like I know they was mad. They made billions on top
Hell
of billions.
yeah.
They didn't
Everybody
get cut
became
out
a
like
billionaire.
No,
that.
they didn't. It's
This-
honestly for entertainment purposes only.
This is the propaganda movie made by your government too.
And when
Just
you
so
actually
know.
in business, you start learning the behind the
crazy.
scenes shit that most people don't see. Just like I was telling you, I'm sitting in rooms with celebrities who's literally starting shit on purpose for us to have this conversation.
Yes.
And the whole time we don't think that it's true. And it's like, damn, but if you ain't never sat in that situation, you don't know how this
Listen,
shit
you
even
can't believe
conspired.
everything you see on
I got
TV.
one
And
I
you
tell
can
you
only
about,
hear
but I gotta
half of
tell
what
you
you
off
can only
camera.
believe half of what you hear.
Yeah, I get mad at the movies of slavery because they keep trying to remind us of the shit that we've been through
And
instead
I'm
of telling
glad
us
you
where the
said
hell we
that because I
fucking
literally
going.
just said
Like,
that.
stop
too. I
making
was
that
like,
shit. I don't give a
as
fuck
I was
about where we go.
growing
Like, I
up-
mean, not that I don't care where we going,
But
but it's
there's
just
no
like,
more new slaves, bro.
nah. Stop telling me the same story.
There's no
over.
more new
They
slaves.
try to keep you in that mindset like you
That's
wasn't
right.
shit.
That's
You
why
remember
we
you wasn't
have-
shit?
That's why we got
Yeah.
Sinners. That's
I
why we
don't
got
wanna
Get
do it
Out.
no- yeah.
That's why we got these movies now.
Stop
we don't
that
have
shit.
slave movies.
Stop that shit.
Nobody
I don't
wanna
want to see
hear
no
that
more
shit.
slaves. Give me some more superheroes
Bitch, I ain't no
or some
slave.
some more motivational shit because I can't be watching no
learned
more
from
slaves.
Roots, nigga.
They keep getting so many twisted slave movies, and then it's just
That got me
and
fucked
then
up thinking
and
this
then
is how
when you
we-
do the when you try to take us back to Egypt, we watching all pale skinned. You know what I mean?
Nah,
no
it's
offense.
all white people
No,
over
nah,
here.
it's,
Like,
not, it's no offense to it, but I mean, well,
I
it
ain't
is
gonna lie,
offense.
fuck
It is
offense.
offense
It's
to
offensive.
that.
Like-
But it's just it's no offense to the other race. It's just that in the movies, that's what I can't take. When
I
you
can't
put
watch
other
no
people,
movie knowing that I didn't come from that type of energy
Yeah.
in the first place. My ancestors wasn't no people that was bonded.
I'm
by that
tired of
shit.
watching Egyptian
My
movies with
ancestors
white
was the
people.
people that fucking killed themselves and jumped off them motherfucking boats that y'all
Yeah.
swear came over here.
Yeah.
However they came. My lineage come from the Mansa Musas. And Mansa Musa was a no hoe ass nigga.
Yeah.
And once you actually learn about where your lineage actually comes from, you may have had ancestors that was on the slave boats. I honestly don't believe that it was even slave boats. To be honest with you, because Christopher Columbus was not the motherfucking first
I'm gonna
person
agree
that
with
ever
you.
You don't believe it was
motherfucking
slave
went
boats?
around.
No.
No.
That's a good one.
Can I ask you a
no.
question? I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah.
When we have a prominent white general, we make sure we put him on a statue, right?
Yeah, they
What
do
the
that
fuck the niggas
shit.
that was
You ever seen one of the boat a statue about the boat? You ever seen Noah's Ark out here? You ever seen any of these things out here? Cause let me tell you what I know. They always, like you just said, they want to keep reminding you. If that was a true thing, don't you think they would be reminding you? Think
They're
about it.
not. They had us believing at a young ass age.
Nah, so
They don't even teach my
let me ask you
kids
a
that
question.
Christopher Columbus
alright,
discovered
so
America.
I went to the Black Wax Museum in Washington D.C. Right,
Mm-hmm.
that shit. It shows you all of the, you know what I mean, everything that we've been through, and they have the ships in there, like, and it shows you how everything.
They
Shit, they
have-
have
I'm not
that
saying-
at
I'm not
the
saying-
Right Museum in
They
Detroit.
have that. They have that.
So why they
but
showing that shit to us then?
Don't,
The same
like I
reason why you
said,
That's what
watch
I'm saying,
TV
so it's
thinking
a-
that
Case in
this shit
point.
is
I
supposed
gotta
to
look
be
up who
what it
owns
is.
the. I gotta look up
certain
who owns the Black
no,
Wax
on certain
Museum.
things, like you go downtown, if it's one of those memorial houses or sites or something, you can't tear it down. You can only revitalize it. That's what people do on a regular
What new
basis.
shit you bringing in this museum?
Second thing is, and I know this for
No,
a fact.
I ain't saying it's pieces of the boat.
No. I'm just
they
saying.
showing-
That's just how
they
it be.
showing the shit.
But even with the second thing is, a lot of black people in the beginning. Now it's different now because we got a whole lot of people from over here. A lot of people were Native American and labeled as blacks. And what happened was, because I know this for a fact, because I've had friends that be like, yeah, they say my grandma's Native American, I'm black. I'm like, how?
Bitch, what? I got people that say
That's
they
not
Blackfoot
possible,
Indian, and
but-
they ain't the same thing.
And every time I say this to black folks, they act like it's impossible, but no, it's not. Like,
Nothing is
the Indians were here. They're dark-skinned Indians. I know y'all think
Of
everybody
course.
light-skinned.
Nah, they were dark skinned.
And I'll even piggyback off your point just to bring it full circle. Black women are the only species that can have every race. How do you
Yes.
think that Asians became a thing? How do you think Chaldeans became a thing?
Well, I heard-
or Arabs?
I actually heard
Arabs.
Asians say that white people and Asians are
White
mutations.
people have dogs in their
Wait,
shit.
Asians said they was what?
It was
No.
an Asian scientist. I forgot his
Said that
name.
they
He
white?
actually said that Asians and white people are mutations.
No. And I'm gonna say this too, because and I'm gonna bring this.
Now this
forth.
was a scientist. Now I didn't say this.
Say this.
So again, this is
Yes,
for
it-
entertainment purposes only. I didn't say this. I'm just
This
saying.
is this is where I bring
He forgot the
in.
cameras was rolling, y'all.
This is where I bring in, and this is why I like, again, having these conversations. And I'm going to bring it back to senior year in college. And again, I graduated from Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan.
Hey,
and to
big up
piggyback
Wayne
off of
State.
even you stating that you went to a museum in Washington, D.C. It's a museum in Detroit, Michigan called Charles H. Wright Museum. And they actually have a whole segment dedicated to the transatlantic slave trade. But in my senior year, back in 2015, I had to get approval to get 27 credits in order to graduate. During this time frame, I had to take 4 general education classes outside of my court, right? The 4 classes that I chose to take was anthropology, philosophy, Western civilization in the 1600 BC, as well as African American studies.
Yep,
Right?
that was my minor.
African American studies is the class that I learned about the
Yep.
transatlantic slave trade, and I watched Roots from beginning to end. In my philosophy class is when I was learning about the Bible. We were talking about Abraham. We were talking about Job. We were talking about the King James Bible, the King James version. In my anthropology class, we were learning about cavemen and how the Neanderthals is how we became humans. In that class, it was only 2 black people, me being one of them. In my 4th class, it was the Western civilization 1600 BC is when I learned about Mansa Musa. When you line up all of the time periods, this is when my life changed. And I asked you said, what's my opening question that I should ask to kind of get us going, right? And I always say, when's the last time you did something for the first time that changed your life? At that moment, that was when that question registered in my mind to ask people as I start talking to them. Because if I'm in these 4 classes, only part of the Bible that I've ever read from the front to the back was Genesis. I'm a black woman. I've given birth 3 times naturally. No medicine, no nothing.
God
2
damn.
in the hospital, 1 in the hospital, 2 at home.
She a real
You'd be
OG.
burying me if I did that.
Listen, so when I say that I appreciate evolution, I only control the things that I can control. The only things that I can control is what comes from my body and how it happens and how I express myself from the reaction of said thing happening. So if I'm in these 4 classes and I'm in the Western civilization class learning about Mansa Musa before Jesus was even talked about in the Bible, but then I go to my 2nd hour period and we talking about the Bible where Jesus was actually a person at this point. And we talking about Abraham giving his son and this and that. We talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. We talking about all of this shit that's happening that we see right now. The book of Revelations, all of that, right? And I have not read these things from front to back, but I'm listening to other people who go to church, who go to the halls, who read the Quran, who are Muslim, who are Catholic, who are Christian. I'm in the mix of all of these diverse people, Jewish, all of this shit. I don't have no type of religion. I'm just a spiritual motherfucking being. I'm a black woman who can operate. And I know that in order for you to be a God, in order for us to even pray to a God or know what a God is, it's a divine feminine and a masculine energy. 2 things that are happening at the same fucking time. So if I'm able to be the only species that gives said life, right? When it comes to creation, comes to a human, I'm the only person. I'm a black woman. I'm the only person that can make an Asian. I'm the only person that can make an Arab. I'm the only person that make a black person, a Native American or whatever. When you look at all of how we even evolved at this particular point, it derives from the goddess, the God, which is divine feminine and divine energy. That's why we have reading, science, math. You have to know only those 3 core things when it comes to a curriculum in school. in order for you to pass, in order for you to go to the next grade. They don't give a fuck about social media. Social studies. They don't give a fuck about gym. They don't give a fuck about health. They only care about reading, math, and science. And it's always a conversation of God versus science when it's interchangeable. It's two things happening at the same time. A math equation is two things coming together to create a third option. Multiplying, dividing, adding, taking away. All of those things all come from Earth's crust. So we sitting here talking about the war and why do we feel like this is important or what the aftermath is. And we literally leave out the black woman. And I'm inserting myself in this war conversation because a lot of people think that it's a man's world. The man is the person that does this. The war is man versus God. That's what the situation is. So when you take out the feminine energy and you're not understanding those things, it's been a supply and demand before we even had policies and procedures as American people, before the Constitution actually got here. Again, we were just talking about Mansa Musa being the richest person in the world. How the fuck did anybody know that he was the richest person in the world? Without you going to discover America, without you going to different seas. If I'm over here in the United States before it became United States, before it became states in general, it was somebody coming over here to get those shit.
Let me make sure I'm catching up.
I'm sorry. I might have been going on a tangent.
It's okay.
Keep it on track.
Listen, I'm trying to catch up. I just want to make sure I'm following, right?
Yeah.
So, because I heard a couple of different things that I need to make sure I'm on the same page,
Please.
right? So you said something about women.
Yes.
Then you said something about war. Then you said something about creation, right? So round that up to make me understand what you mean by women and all that. How does the woman
Because we were talking about war, right?
And
We're
I'm
going to
not-
bring it back to your question.
wanna make
And this
sure-
is the
yeah.
full circle moment. You were talking about the war and how we feel about the war.
Maybe
right?
I'm a little slow. I'm
No,
sorry. I
it's
just wanna make
okay.
sure
I wanted to make sense. You asked about the war, how we feel about the war, right? Then you ended up having a conversation talking about what war stood for and where we are when it comes to oil and things of that nature, right? We don't talk about the woman at all.
But what's the woman got to do?
The woman has everything to do with it because if we're literally on Earth's crust and we know that we having a war, okay, China is having a war with Russia or United States is having a war with Iran at the same time, we're not even including the woman.
Yeah,
we're
you
not
shouldn't
even
be included. It's not a
why
woman's,
not?
Because it's not a woman's fight. It's a man's fight.
It's not about the fight. It's about what the fuck the purpose is. How do we even have oil here? How do we even
what does the woman
have
gotta do
gold?
with that?
Because we're the ones who created all of this in order for you to even have a war in itself.
Yeah, but that's just that's your role right there. That's where you stop and you sit down and you let the man take over at this point.
So
Now
if we took women out the equation,
it's like saying this, right? It's like saying, since you cook, you gotta go hunt the fucking food too.
No, that's not what that
since
means.
you gotta cook the food, you
That's
gotta clean
not
the
what that
food.
means.
You might as well just go get the food too and leave the man at home and sit on the couch. Like there's a role. Once we go or we go get the food and then we gotta cook the food ourselves. It has to be a role. At some point, somebody takes over, right? A fight this is a man's
But
fight.
what you fighting for?
Listen, because y'all so valuable, right? You're missing the point. I even know how to add value. Because y'all so valuable, we don't even want to include you in the fight. This is a man's fight. Like, we got to do the
But
problem.
how did I get what
it has
you're
nothing
saying?
to do
I
with
get what
women
you're
right
saying.
now.
I get that, but
Yes, y'all
it
created.
has everything to do with it.
So
and the
what you
reason
wanna
being,
fight?
No.
I'm trying to
No.
understand.
I'm sorry, and maybe I'm not explaining it correctly in
help
order
me
for you to understand.
Nah.
If we talking about the war, and we have men, and we gonna say women too, because obviously they in the military or whatever the case may be, is right. Boom, for the purposes of this example.
Men and women, right?
What the fuck are we fighting for? What are we fighting for when you already know that it's a supply and demand?
It's called greed.
I get that. But you asked how I felt about the war,
No,
right?
I'm telling you.
So if we are to be taken out of said conversation and y'all just fighting, y'all wouldn't be fighting if we didn't already provide said thing for y'all to be fighting for.
No, but but the greed is me wanting more of whatever the fuck it is. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You provided, yes. But now I want his shit. I want my shit. I want his shit too. That's the problem. That's where greed comes in. It's not about you didn't do your part. You provided it. Thank you.
Right.
But now I want this
My
nigga
bad.
shit. I want that nigga shit.
Maybe
I want
I'm
this
drunk
nigga
and it
shit.
just don't
And it's
make sense
called
now.
greed. I'm paying attention. I'm just making
just
sure.
sober.
I'm just making sure.
I
Listen,
guys.
guys.
Went into a whole goddamn history lesson.
I'm
And
like-
it
I'm
got
like-
shit to do with the question.
I'm like, hey,
bad.
I was just trying to make
Off
sure.
topic.
I love it though, because it's gonna keep everybody going. But,
What the fuck's this talking about?
but I just want to make sure we on the same page. Because I'm like, wait, what she? Where we get the women
I
is
had the same
here?
conversation in the past 6 days
Hey,
about
hey.
6 different shit. My fault. That's me. I'm drunk.
Nah, you good. Hey, I'm just making sure I'm on the same page
do
as
that.
you. I ain't
Don't
want
do
to be
that.
off. I ain't want to be off on a different
I
conversation.
love how professional you were with that. I ain't trying to host shawty, but goddamn, bitch, what you?
Listen, I slow down the conversation. I try to make it make sense. I ask the right questions. As long as you ask the right questions, you gonna get down to the bottom of it. Then you let the other person think about that shit on their own,
I was
right?
hyped. I had this conversation yesterday, so my fault.
Nah, you
It made
good.
sense
Listen, you
yesterday.
just had like a pint of.
I
I'm
def-
messing with
don't
you.
do that.
Nah, I'm messing with you. she had a nice little
Over here sweating.
nice little swig of some Casamigos. So I give it to you. Casamigo getting to you. That was Caso talking right now.
It is.
But I just want to understand. I just want to understand where
Trying to
you going
insert
with
myself
I was
in
trying to
shit that don't
understand.
need
I'm
to
like.
be.
The woman is not nothing to do with it.
Definitely
Like,
not.
we are not trying to
Sorry.
pull you in. Women and children.
Right.
That's like me. We might as well get the kids.
But when we're
then.
talking about the goddamn government, honestly, it is really
But
a
it's up for us
conversation
to, yeah, it
because
is, but it's up for us to
we're
protect
in
you.
this shit and we don't want to be.
But
Right,
what's
you know
happening
what?
is the greed, though.
You know what I'm gonna do? Let me tell my wife, when I get home, you gonna start pumping my gas, cause this is women's right. She done fought for y'all to pump
No,
gas.
hell no. Fuck
Wait a
no.
minute.
No,
You
no,
just
no, no. We are.
You heard that, honey? You gonna pump my
I don't
gas?
stand in front of or behind the man. I stand on beside. Like
Yes.
we are two sisters.
She,
We
I'm
are
gonna stand
two
beside her while she
species.
pumping my gas.
And that's what I'm trying to get you to see. Like,
Since we fighting for the
listen,
for the woman,
it's not a-
man,
it's not a-
she
It's
pumping
not
my
about a
gas.
feminist
and
shit.
it's not about it's
feminism.
not and it's not about
It's not
man
about that.
versus woman.
It's
That's why I'm
not.
like,
It's
yo,
not.
right now
It's
I'm
not.
all in protection of
To be
a
honest
man
with you,
supposed to
it's-
protect the
it's-
women.
it's
So it's
the-
like, why would we have you go out to fight?
It's really evil versus good.
Yeah.
It's evil versus good, and we can get real deep with the war. And I feel like at some point it made sense why I was even talking about that. I just don't remember no more because I didn't went off on tangent. But to bring it all back on the war question, again, what the fuck? What's gonna be the outcome of that? Once if we invade Iran and we win, right? Or when we win, because I want to be on the winning team. I'm just gonna say that flat out. But in the same breath, our goddamn community is fumbling. Like
Yeah.
we rooting for the shit. Yeah, make sure that we protect America and we
So-
make sure we protect USA. But at the end of the day, this shit's gonna continue to happen.
So
Venezuela got oil.
I agree, but let
Iran
me tell
got
you.
oil.
So I think what's happening, right? I'm gonna give my final thoughts. I'm really gonna give my truth, right? I feel like it's a new world order coming, right? And we don't know what the hell is going to happen. Like, and the reason why I say a new world order is because normally with presidencies, you can see what's coming next, right? You be like, yo, I ain't gonna vote for this person next time. I'm gonna vote for that person next time. Based on how Trump shook up this shit, right? We don't know how and who could come in here and what they could do. They could pretty much do anything they want,
Simply 'cause they
right?
hate
So,
people.
based on what you were starting off with like the Coinbase and the crypto and all that stuff, is going into that new
Tell you
world order
something.
stuff.
BlackRock controls everything.
But yeah. But,
That's
but
all
let
it's
me,
about,
But let me
BlackRock.
tell you, it's going into the new world order, and that's what all this war is. It's going to eventually be a couple of groups of people. I mean, countries owning like it's not going to be all these different countries. It's not going to be like that. We're trying to take over, and then it's going to be a one-way system. So we don't know I don't know what the next phase looks like. You definitely should get into your word and your Bible if you believe in it, because it's in Revelations, definitely. But at the same time, I think everybody right now, what we learning and what we going through right now in America is get your shit together, right?
That's
because
really it.
I'm telling you, like, nobody's here to save you, and this shit is really fucking difficult right now. And it's either the hard workers. You don't see, it's a class system fight right now, right? It's either gonna be rich or poor, and you're gonna have to pick your side. Right, and that's what I see what's happening. The middle class is not here no more. Like, it's no longer just chilling. You either got to go harder or go fucking home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and go broke. So I think that's what's happening right now. The new world order is going in transition. We even seen it in business. Like, some businesses is going out of business that we thought they was going to stay in business for a long time. UPS is shutting down some shit
Now,
sometimes.
I'm now in Atlanta because I was just watching, what was it, Five Church? the credit cards, man. When they get home,
Or they ain't got no pennies.
no, they were disputing the claims, and they
Yeah,
winning the
it's a lot of
claims.
shit
Yeah.
going on.
So what's
Everybody
happening is they
disputes
Listen,
shit.
even in the music game, like him, we be seeing it like, yo, even trying to sell a record is different now. Like trying to get your music out and trying to make money out of the
well,
music game
and
is
I'll say this
different, bro.
too, and this is no
Everything's
disrespect to some. The caliber of music, especially black music,
It
is not
ain't
it's
it.
not good anymore.
It's not it, bruh.
And this is no disrespect
It's
to
all
my rappers out here,
disrespect, but
because
that's how I
I
feel.
love y'all.
It's
But
not it. Y'all gotta come harder than that.
two rappers right now that's jumping right now. I need y'all to pay attention to Jay Wick, Hooper James.
Oh yeah,
Jay
I like
Wick
that's,
and
you know,
Hooper
Hooper James, my
They
guy.
from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, well, Hooper
Well,
James from
hip-
Boston.
Yeah,
but
Boston,
I
but
fuck with Hooper James. I shot his
Let me tell you
Boston
something.
bus. Yeah.
These dudes is rapping like we used to back in the
Yes,
day.
yes,
I
lyrical.
need y'all to pay attention to what they're doing to us, man. And like I be telling these musicians, like the singing is terrible and all of this stuff because there's no artistry no more. I think JD hit it on the head. A lot of y'all don't go to church no more because you had musicians and that type of thing that work with you on a regular basis. So we don't have that outlet again. And then on top of that, like we took the craft seriously. Like we don't take the craft seriously. We don't pay homage to the guys that got us here so they can show you what
And
the
if you
music
look at
looks like.
if you look at Hooper James, yo, he has no jewelry.
Hooper, Hoopah.
Hooper James.
Hooper,
Hooper.
Okay.
Hooper James. Like he has no jewelry. He's not wearing
Shout
no
out to Nate
designer.
the Great, man.
Yeah, and
For
shout out
finding
to Hooper James team. Like they really support him too. You know what I mean? And they really Nate does a good job. You know, helping him and supporting his team. You know, so I really love the way they move as a unit. But
Yeah.
yo, those two people are definitely talented and they really take their craft seriously.
That's our problem, yo.
yeah.
We ain't taking
don't
it serious
take
no
nothing
more. Like
seriously.
I the music that I listen to now, like I play drum. Well, I used to. Now the drum's sitting over in the corner, but like I play drums, and like when I hear music now, everybody that I hear, I can always tell you're mimicking somebody.
Yeah.
You're mimicking something that you heard off of a radio or off of a CD. You're not singing in your voice. That's how I know you're not. You're mimicking. If you know how to sing, you know how to sing in your voice, your regular talking, speaking voice. Everybody should know how to do that. So that's been the biggest thing. Like I tell guys all the time, get you a set of musicians to work with. If you do not, it's down
And I
the
think
drain.
that's why I love the movie Sinners so much, because it hit on so many of those types of points. You was talking earlier about slave movies, and Sinners broke that shit down. And this is again where I was going with talking about those 4 classes that I went into. When you watch that movie, it's talking about vibrations, right? It's talking about the vibes and the energy in which we're going off of when it comes to the vampires being the evil people that's coming to try to take you, the devil that's trying to come and get you to be on this side. And even bringing it back to the war in itself, when you say like, well, I don't understand why you even bringing up women in that situation. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to greed, when it comes to power, when it comes to all of these things, once we actually go to war, we're in war, whatever, with the Book of Revelations. We've been talking about the Book of Revelations and shit. I was born, shit. If not before that already. It's the end of times. There's so much
It's
shit
been
going
here,
on,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Once that happens, then what? The conversation I just had yesterday was, I personally believe that since Trump's been in office, we've all been on the same equal playing field. And so many people have been talking about that. Well, you know, blacks don't get a head start. We got the white people that's doing that and that. No, this nigga that came in
Yeah, you get your
and
shot.
fucked the game up. This nigga that
Yep.
fucked the White House
Yep.
up, to
Let me
demolish
tell you
that
something.
bitch. And now it's like,
Everybody
What your
that
efforts
voted,
is what's gonna
listen,
put you where
listen.
you at.
I was reading something, and it's like, yo, people that thought they was gonna get ahead, he fucked up your 401k.
bitch,
He fucked up your
fuck the
stocks.
housing market.
He fucked up everything. Your house, yeah, he
It's
fucked
better
up.
than rent now.
Listen, he fucked up a lot of shit. So now you can figure out how to get ahead.
Figure
It's
it
fucked up
out.
for everybody.
Bitch,
So now
let me
it's
know you
either-
can be a millionaire. Let me
isn't
see how hard you work.
It is, and that's why I said now you gotta get to the work and ownership. Whoever owns shit is gonna get ahead now.
They're gonna
right?
get
Or you
ahead.
better figure out how you're gonna own some shit and start hustling, because like I said, these next couple years is gonna really separate the two. We got 2 more
Absolutely.
years with this motherfucker. Like
That's
it's-
it.
he's
This
not
nigga's
going
not getting
nowhere.
impeached, bro.
He's not going. Yeah, what he's doing?
not getting
He's doing whatever he
impeached, bro. They
wants.
just literally
Let me tell you something.
That's if he leave.
Impeached.
If he don't die.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
just off the old age.
Man, he getting another body part, another heart, another lung.
Just
without
like
I'm telling you,
Rockefeller. Do you know how
listen,
many nigga times
listen,
this nigga had a
listen,
transplant?
Listen, Listen, he's not going nowhere. So let me tell you something. These next 2 years, it's really going to get hard, and you got to
better
really
know how to
figure it
swim,
out.
nigga.
You got to know how to hustle, and that's why.
You
and
never
now
know who naked to the
did you
slot
see?
to the tide.
Yo,
come
now
in.
they got it. Now they just put it in effect where you have to work if you get government assistance.
You gotta work.
You gotta-
if you're on
yep.
unemployment.
80
all that
hours
shit.
of you got to do 80 hours of community
Ain't no
service a
free
month.
nothing.
If you're not working, like you got to do
Section
something.
8
So
done.
it's going.
Medicaid done. You need to be able to
Listen.
pay for your insurance.
Listen. So at the end of the day, you got to sink or swim. So this is going to tell you, and this is why we as black people have to stick together. This is the best time right now to come together and try to work together.
And if you
Because
don't,
honestly, there's a lot of money in our community right now.
we're the ones that's making these niggas rich.
And if you don't want to come together, but now it's the mindset that kicks our
How your
asses.
broke ass affording niggas to be
It's
millionaires?
competition.
You ain't one.
It's competition.
Ego.
It's a lot of different things that's going on. So, gatekeeping, competition, whatever the case, whatever you want to call
And that
it.
even speaks back on when we was talking about the tendonism situation.
Mm-hmm.
How come he didn't get the thing, or do you think that it's doing too much, or we know what I'm saying? Whatever the conversation was, whatever the question was, and that's the whole thing. We in 2026. If you don't know now, whenever you say some shit, you copyright that bitch or you trademark that
and
motherfucker.
listen, and complaining about it is not going to get
It's
you
not
nowhere.
because you're not still gonna get trademarked,
So
bitch. At the
stop
end of the day, you still gotta
complaining
pay
about
for
it.
it.
Stop trying to call people out and start doing something
some
about
shit.
it. Right, so that's where we at right now. I want to wrap it up. Right, I want everybody to give their final words. Right, let's leave the audience. Let's school them real quick. Right, this is a segment where I let everybody leave their final words and give the audience something that they want them to take away from this segment. Anything personal that you want to say. So I'm gonna let you start it off. What you feel?
I'm gonna just bring it all the way back. The fact that I am a goddess, I am
Hey.
a black woman, and I stand for that. I'm not falling for that at all. There's no one who I feel like is above thee, simply because when we pray to God, again, it's divine feminine and masculine energy. My third son that I literally had about 2 years ago, his name is Divine Will. Everything was intentional. At home births, a lotus birth, the placenta was connected to the umbilical cord. He stayed healthy. And this is not even just to get a shout out to him, but it's to literally let you know, let evolution happen. We have too many times where we are contradicting evolution. We don't know what to expect. We don't know what to expect because we haven't allowed evolution to do its thing. We've let man come in and interchange all of our thought processes, all of how we are breeding, all of how we are doing things, and it's not working in our favor. So we're in this position right now because we didn't take control over the things that only we can control. And that in itself is allowing evolution to be what it is. So going forward, I just want everybody to literally be themselves and mind the business that pays you. And that's what I'm listening.
I take that. What about you, Hem? Go ahead, bro. Leading with some wisdom.
Dog, you done got all deep. Mine was all simple.
My
I
bad.
should have went first. I was just gonna say,
My bad.
make sure you do something great this week.
I know, right?
Pray for the next 24 hours.
Make sure you get something great done this week. I believe it. Like, don't call me first the next time we do
I
this,
know,
man.
right? Damn, my fault.
You know,
I
I'm
should
country and simple, man. You done got all deep. You got me out here looking silly.
You're not silly.
That's all I got, man. Do something great this week.
do something great this week. Listen, my final words is you can do anything you want to do. Just keep on going. Don't let
Absolutely.
nobody stop you. You know what I mean? It may look hard, but it's only in your mind, right? And as long as you don't stop, you never fail. So
Absolutely.
that's my words of wisdom. Just keep on going
Just
and
keep
put God first. All right? Love. I appreciate y'all guys. Oh yeah, real quick before we leave, I want everybody to give their Instagram and their social media. Please tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Erotic Whisperer on Instagram, on YouTube, as well as The Whisperers Room, which is a new podcast that we are coming out with this spring, which will be talking about uncomfortable
Yes.
conversations.
Tap
so
in
we're
with her,
pulling out
please.
all of those emotions and talking about all of the shit that's taboo.
Yes.
So make sure that you follow us on The Whisperers Room on Instagram, as well as The Whisperers Room podcast on YouTube.
Nah, that's a bet. Nah, thank you. What about you, Hemp?
What up, man? This is man, what we doing again? This has
Come
been a
on,
great
man.
show,
Do it
man.
again,
I'm all
man.
over the place tonight, man.
We just tell
So
them where
many
they can find you at. Tell
Oh yeah,
them where
that's
they can
right.
find
Look,
you at.
man. Sorry, my bad. I got wrapped up. You can find me at Hemp Entertainment, HEMP is in Paul Entertainment, like the weed, I guess, which stands for Hospitality Events and Media Production. Make sure you check us out on YouTube as well. I need to update some things, but Instagram always has all the best interviews and all that great stuff on there. And again, we have some updated interviews. Make sure you check them out. Shout out again to Ray Daniels for allowing me to come to Flight or Fame. Man, it was a great experience, man. I just want to tell you thank you, and to everybody that interviewed with me, thank you so much. That's it.
Thank you, and make sure
Thank
make sure y'all go tap into KLM University, KLM University on YouTube.
Yes.
Please like, subscribe, and share. We definitely need more. It's on the road to 1,000, so we on our road to 1,000 subscribers. Please make sure you help us out, and love. We'll see you next time. Love.
That was up.